Hi everybody, my name's Paul Corbett from Charles Faram and Company. We're here today to have a look at the traditional grading samples and how they're drawn from the bales and the pockets. We've been asked by quite a few of our brewing customers how the process works. It's my intention today to try and give you a good idea of how that all happens. So the first job we need to do is to open the bale up. We'll be looking at the presses in the pocket, where the hops have been pressed into the pocket here. You see there's little presses, each of the presses, and we're going to try and aim for those to try and draw those out nice and cleanly from the bale. So the first job is to open up the pocket, which involves a bit of force. And I'll probably start this end. There we go. Okay, so with the pocket broken open, we now then to pull back the seams of the pocket, revealing the hops inside, and now allowing us to get access into the bale itself. So these hops have just come off the farm in the last couple of days, and it's our job really now to take samples out of here so that we can grade them and make sure they're fit for purpose. So with a nice sharp knife, we'll straddle the pocket itself and enter into the hops in two nice straight lines. Which will form the shape of the sample itself as we draw it out. There we go. So there we've cut the samples inside. The next job is with the clamp to push into the pocket itself, pull it together and then draw out the sample of hops. Try not to get too many on the floor around us, and there we've got the basis of our sample. We then move over to the table and press out the hops onto the board there. Clamp has now done its job. We now use the smaller clamp for holding these hops in position and then moving them into the clamp that we've had made up specially to do this, and press goes down onto them to hold them in place. And now from there we can start to make the shape of the sample to get wrapped up into these blue wrap samples. So the first job is to remove the end here. Again, the sharpness of the knife is of key importance here. A bit like cutting a loaf of bread really. It needs to be nice and sharp. Move it round to the side. And then round to the other side, trying to keep the knife as straight as possible and to give a smoother side as we can on the cut. There we go. Okay, so from there the sample is now moved onto the paper. Make sure it's nice and clean, and we need the paper at the angle across. So we'll move this bit here. So now this is the difficult bit. The object now is to use all the Christmas present wrapping skills to get this nicely folded up into a traditional blue wrap sample. So the first job is to bring those edges in like so, and then to make a little fold so that it's square with the end of the sample. Bring that top piece over, making sure the edges are nicely folded in. Okay, then we pin the top of this one, turn it round, making sure all the loose hops are out, and then do the very similar thing on the back end of the sample, putting in those two fold lines straight away. Nice fold line at the top, one in the top here, and then bring the whole of the sample over like that, pin out and pin the sample there. That one's all ready to go into the sample room. We will label this up with a name of the grower, the variety, the crop year, so that we know what that is when we get back to it in the store there. The next job is to then restitch the pocket, and what we do is we take all the spent hops, don't want to waste any, so we'll drop these back into the box here, and then as much as we can put those back into the pocket, pressing them in. Trying not to get too many on the floor. And restitching the bale. And the final thing we need to do is just to tidy up the spent hops off the side of the sample, get those all together, get them back into the pocket, and then restitch the pocket so it's ready to go back into store. Before then we decide what we're going to do with it, which brewery it's going to be allocated to. And there we go, unsampled pocket. And so any time now we can refer back to the farm itself, the sample that's come out of the actual hops that we're delivering to the brewery, and everybody knows what we've got, the quality we've got, and exactly the farm that it's come from.